it is Sarah, LoveSockWool here. I am back to show you what I've been working on. I'm LoveSockWool on Ravelry, Instagram. That's pretty much about it. I'm only really ever on Instagram. I only get on Ravelry to look up a sock pattern or to look up at someone's project page or whatever. Rarely get on there. I'm mainly just on Instagram and here on YouTube. I love to knit socks. I love to knit scrappy projects. So that is what I have to show for you today. Today is Friday, sometime in March, the 22nd, I think. We just got a couple inches of snow, which is funny because we've had no snow this whole winter. So it's kind of exciting and pretty. And I think we're supposed to get dumped with more snow on Sunday. Maybe even up to 14 inches. So I'm not super happy about that because Ben's going to Texas for work and he's leaving right before the snow starts, which means we have to do all the shoveling. But that's okay. I have strong children who are going to do it for me. All right, let's get into it. I want to show you socks I've been working on. I would show you a bunch of finished pairs over the last couple months. I think that would take too long. So I'm just going to show you my most recent finished pairs, which are right here. Okay. I'm so excited about these. I love these so much. They are Mustache, called Mordor Fun Run. So they're Tolkien socks, but they're so much fun. And I put in a heel from Hedgehog. This is from the Hedgehog Advent 2023. I think it was day 11, maybe. I just thought it pulled out the kind of yellows and oranges. I just love these socks. I'm actually knitting a square on my Cozy Memories blanket with this yarn right now, but I'm not finished with it. And I got to get that basket. It's sitting right over there. So that will be in the Scrappy section. So finished these a week and a half ago, I think. And then I finished a pair of Cozy Toes. That's the base. This is Legacy Fiber Arts and it's Gumdrop Alley. I love these. I cannot wait to cast on more Cozy Toes socks because and that is Legacy Fiber Arts MCN base. So I forget the breakdown. Is it like 80, 20? So, or no. I don't know what the breakdown is. I don't have the label anymore. I'm looking in my drawer here. I don't think I have the label anymore. But if you go to legacyfiberarts.com and look at their Cozy Toes base, it will have it broken down for you. And contrast, I did Frost Nip on a Stellina base by Ruby and Roses. I thought it pulled out, there's like pops of that type of color. So I love it. Can't wait to wear these. I'll be honest, I don't think MCN base sock yarns are the best for socks, or fingering weight MCN yarns are the best for socks, because I think you just need to be a little more careful about how you launder them. Like maybe just don't put them in the dryer. I think it's okay if you do it on a gentle cycle in your washing machine with cold water, but don't put it in the dryer. Lay them flat to dry. And then, because otherwise I think they do tend to get super fuzzy and might felt, because that's been my experience. So, but yeah, I still keep knitting them though because they're so soft and squishy and I love it. I can't wait to make more Cozy Toes socks. I've got some yarn right here ready to cast on for my next pair. This is String Light Repair Shop, also by Legacy Fiber Arts. Very excited to knit this next. Okay, what other socks can I show you? Let me just have a think. I went a little crazy with Moon Glow Yarn Co. recently, so I have a new cast on. This is Whitney's, who is Moon Glow Yarn Co. This is her Jade Jungle sock set. And she just had an update last Friday. I forget what day. Or like what the date was, but I shopped the update. and got the Jade Jungle sock set. I wonder if I can show all of these at the same time. I mean, they're just so beautiful. I'm really excited to knit these all together. I'll show you another Moonglow sock, and I'm gonna knit this sock the same way. And I believe this is Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady, her idea for knitting scrappy socks where, you know, you've got wider stripes on the leg, and then when you get to the foot before the toe, skinnier stripes. It's very much fun to do. So I think I'm gonna do this exact same thing for the Jade Jungle socks. I'll show you. I do have the second one going. This one is Moonglow Yarn Co. and it's the Paradise sock set. I think that's what she called it. I do have the label. Yes, Paradise sock set. And this is her label. Oh, look at this. I actually do have the label. I tend to not keep labels because they just pile up everywhere. So I'm usually pretty good at remembering colorway names. So I don't usually keep the labels, but sometimes I do. Okay, so in this bag here, I have other Moonglow socks. Hold on, let me just get myself organized here. I basically have all my Scrappy stripey socks in this bag. One of them is not Moonglow though. Okay, so but this one is. This is Candy Cane Lane. So this is her Christmas colorway set, whatever. I just love it, and I've been working on this for quite some time. I do have the second one going, but I have not finished it. I'm done with the stripes on the foot. I'm knitting these toe up, as you can see, and I'm doing a 3x1 garter rib. I'm also knitting these on zeros. That's probably why I don't pick them up as much. I don't mind knitting on zeros here and there, but I don't know, for some reason it just takes a little longer, and I have to knit the foot longer than I would if I used a 2.25 millimeter, which is a US 1. And I'm kind of out of practice with doing the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is what this is. I mean, it's still in my head, but because I don't do it as often, I still have to kind of stop and think. So sometimes when anything is slightly different with how I normally knit socks, I tend to then just not pick it up, even though if I would pick it up, it would be fine. It would come right back to me, but. So maybe as we get towards Christmas again, I will pick up Candy Cane Lane again. And it is the second sock, so. Okay, so the other scrappy stripey sock I have in here, and this was totally inspired by Kay, Crazy Sock Lady, like a lot of my socks are, this is Pearl Talk, and Kay had knit a pair of these, I can't remember, it may have been summer sock camp last year, I don't even remember, but it was this base and this yarn dyer who is Pearl Talk. She's new to me. But I got this main color, which I don't remember what it's called because I didn't keep the label. And I guess I don't remember colorway names, so everything I say is a lie. But then I got this mini skein set, which I think is called Rose Colored Glasses. I think I remember that one. It's so pretty. Let me see if I can get all of the little minis out of here. They're so pretty. Like, I love pink. Pink is probably my favorite color ever in the world. So I love this very much. I could probably make at least 2 pairs of socks if I did the same, all the same stripes, etc. There's plenty of yarn to go around. Okay, I mean, dump it all back in here. I may pick this one up today and work on this. I'm down the foot. I'm done with the gusset. And I'm kind of itching to knit this one again. It's a really nice base. It's not a traditional base. I believe it's got tencel in it. So it's just really soft and squishy. If you go to Pearl Talk, I think it's pearltalk.com. I think that's her website. Although I think I bought it through the ShopPay app. Do you guys have ShopPay? It's a little dangerous. But if you buy stuff through the ShopPay app, you earn points that are in actual dollars that you can then apply to future orders. And so you end up saving money, kind of. Of course, you got to spend money to save money. So we're all getting scammed, but we think we're getting deals. But you do, yeah. If you do buy through the ShopPay app, you do accrue dollars that you can apply to future orders, which is nice. All right, let's get everything put back. See, now all my moon glow is like all, now I've mixed up all my minis. I'm gonna have to get reorganized here. I just need to keep all my jade jungle together. Hold on, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one more, was it this one? It might have been this one. Oh boy. I'll have to look at the website to make sure I got my colors in the right order. This is what happens. Oh, maybe it's this one. No. Isn't this great content? This is why you watch my videos, right? Because I'm so organized. Okay, that one goes with this one. Okay. All right. Everything back in its bag here. All right, that goes there. Now, speaking of Moon Glow Yarn Co., I didn't just stop at getting a sock set. I also got the blanket kit because I could not resist myself. And I have started a delicious garter blanket, like color block garter blanket, the same one that Whitney of Moon Glow Yarn Co. Is doing. So she has knit so many of these in her lovely color palettes. So this is the Jade Jungle blanket kit on DK. And Whitney very kindly always says exactly how she's knitting her blankets. I believe she does it the same way. And I think it's based off of the Pearl Soho, I think it's a baby blanket. I don't know if they call it color block blanket. I don't even remember. But if you're on Instagram and you go to Moon Glow Yarn Co., just look on her feed for a Scrappy, not Scrappy, a garter blanket picture. And she always puts the details of what she's doing. So she casts on 164 stitches on a US 6 needle. And I think she does something different with the beginning, but I'm doing a built-in 2-stitch I-cord just because I like how clean and crisp that looks. So that's what I'm doing. And then you just knit the first color until you run out, and then you add in the next color. So the next color I'll add in will be this one, but they're all here in this basket waiting. So I figured out, roughly, if I can knit 5 garter bumps a day, I'll be done with the first color in 1 week. So I'm halfway done with my quota for today. I've got to knit 4 more rows, and then I'll be done with today's 5 garter ribs. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I hope I don't fall off the wagon here. I tend to do that regularly, but hopefully I will stick with this one. I just love this color palette. I think it's really, really beautiful. And I love garter. I could knit garter all day long. Okay, so that is that. And some other new socks. I have so many socks that I've cast on lately because we went away for spring break. Last week we were in California. We were in Borrego Springs. At first, I was going to show you. Hold on, I threw it away. It was on this bag. We went to Anza Borrego Desert State Park. I got a pin while I was out there. It was absolutely gorgeous. So Borrego Springs is kind of generally in the area of like Palm Springs, but we were in Borrego Springs. We had a Verbo house. It was lovely. It was probably the nicest place we've ever stayed as a family. And the weather was gorgeous. You're just surrounded by mountains. All of the desert flowers were in full bloom. So we drove to this field by a mountain that was completely in bloom. Like you could just walk amongst the desert flowers. The air smelled like perfume. Like it's like what heaven must smell like. It was absolutely beautiful. I've never seen anything quite like it. I wonder if I can interject some photos. I'm not real good with the editing, so I'm not sure if I can figure that out. Maybe at the end of the video. Juliet will help me. But we had a lovely time. So we were in Borrego Springs for several days, and then we drove over to LA area to visit some family and had a lovely time there. And then we drove back down to San Diego where we flew home. But before that, we spent some time in La Jolla, and that was gorgeous. Got to see all the sea lions and seals, and it was lovely. California is a beautiful state. There's like everything there. They've got mountains, they've got beaches, they have like every desert, they've got every kind of climate there. It's crazy. Anyway, before we went on spring break, I cast on a bunch of socks because I wanted to have lots of new socks to take with me. So I'll show you what I took and what I cast on. Ironically, this one I'm going to show you, I cast on with the intention of taking, but I didn't end up actually taking it. So I'll show you this one just because it's the closest at hand, but this is Mustache Yarns, and it's What is Love, Baby Don't Hurt Me, that song. And I'm knitting these for Marshall because I don't know why, but for months now, he walks around the house all day long singing, what is love, baby don't hurt me. He just loves that song. He's always singing it. So I'm making him socks of that song in sock form. So I think he will love it. And I'm doing 68 stitches, plain vanilla. His feet are basically the same size as Ben's, so I knit both Ben and Marshall. I knit their sock specs pretty much exactly the same. Okay, so what else did I take with on our trip? I actually took these. I finished these on the trip. So I had already knit the first sock, but I cast on the second one on our trip and finished them on the plane on the way home, which was very satisfying. I love when that happens. Oh, Jane. I don't know who she's barking at. I've said before in previous episodes, we live on a busy street, so there's always people walking by with their dogs. Hold on. I have a pen here that needs a cap put on it. Okay. I took this sock. This is Hedgehog Fibers. Both of these colors are. The main color is called Peachy Keen, and it's one of the new colorways for 2024. And I love it. I got it from Wool & Company. Is that right? Yeah, Wool & Company. And they're located in Illinois, I believe. And the green is Shamrock. So I'm kind of considering, these are kind of like my St. Patrick's Day socks, even though, I mean, the Peachy Keen isn't so much, but the Shamrock is. And then I've got my little St. Patrick's Day gnome on here. I don't know if it'll, it's so cute. It's a Lock and Loo stitch marker. I got it, but you can go look at all her lovely stitch markers, Katie of Lock and Loo. It's LACH and 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 Lou, LOU.com. And I think she does updates pretty much every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. And she just does the best little gnomes. She just did an update a while ago with little gnomes wearing raincoats and holding an umbrella, and I missed them. I'm so upset. I keep meaning to message her and ask her if she's gonna make any more, because I'm trying to collect all her little gnome stitch markers because they're so cute. They just make me laugh because they're just so cute, and their little big noses and they all have feet. It's just so cute. And sometimes she often does like Mr. and Mrs. gnomes. It's just adorable. Okay. Oh, and I did not say, I'm also ready for the heel flap. I just haven't started it yet. The pattern is Mrs. Weasley's Family Sock Recipe by Molly of a Homespun House. It's a lovely, easy, just nice little textured pattern. Okay, and then other socks I took with, I'm gonna have to stand up and move here. Let me just pull them over. Okay. I took this with. I've finished my first March yarnable sock. Love it. And it's called Here We Grow Again. Okay, which is interesting because the colorway name. I don't think this looks like that. I think this looks like a unicorn. I think it should have been named after a unicorn name. Because if I am not mistaken, the yarnable colorway from, I think it was September last year, was called Here We Grow Again. Or maybe it was July. It was a recent colorway with the same name. Why would she do that? Did she forget that she already named a colorway that? I mean, it's gotta be hard when you constantly have subscriptions every month to always be coming up with other names. I don't know how they do it. It would be challenging. Anyway, I just love it. It's a beautiful, like pale blue with these purple speckles. So pretty. I've got to get the second one going because I had a goal that I was like, I've got to get the pair done in March. Probably won't happen, but I could at least get it going, the second one going, so I can at least attempt to have that done. I sure hope I have enough for the second sock because I stole some of it to put into a magic cake for my Scrappy projects, a new crochet project, which I'll show you later. And then I also put a little bit on my jelly roll, which I'll show you that in Scrappy projects. Okay, other socks I took with me on our trip is this fun one. So I got myself quite a bit of green yarn for St. Patrick's Day, which I'm still celebrating because I didn't get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day because we were flying home on St. Patrick's Day. But this is Arkansas Yarn Co. And then I think it's called like Granny Smith Went Up the Hill Both Ways. I have no idea. It was a club color from 2022, which I was not a member at that time, but it was an extra in their shop and it's on their sparkle base, which I don't remember the breakdown, but it's very, very sparkly, which you may not be able to see on here, but it's so pretty. I really like it. And this stitch marker is also St. Patrick's Day inspired. It's like a pot of gold, but the little balls are yarn balls, also by Lock and Lou. So let's see, I did that one. I've got more. Yes, I took this one as well on our trip. Okay, so this is the Freckled Whimsy colorway, the Harry Potter one. I may have to stop here in a second if people burst in through the back door. It's called Luna's Lost Shoes, which is amazing. Look at this. I love it. First sock, still on the gusset. I have these goals like, oh, I'm gonna get these, I'm gonna get them knit, I'm gonna get the pair knit in the month that it came. It's not gonna happen. It never happens, but I can try. Okay, I'm gonna pause because I think Ben and Juliet are about to burst in through the back door. I'll be back. I'm back. The next sock I took with me on our trip was a second sock. Well, this is the first one, but I started the second one. And this is, and again, cute little Lock and Lou wizard gnome with a little cauldron. Okay, so this is a Homespun House, Sugared Sweeties for the blue color, and then this is Jello. And the pattern is by Summerlee Designs, and I think she calls these wider ribs or wide rib socks. It is a paid for pattern. I think I got it on, I think it came in a bundle with some other rib socks, but this one's just a really wide rib, so it looks absolutely ridiculous. But I think they're gonna fit really well, and this, I feel like this would be a good pattern to knit for someone who maybe you're not really sure what, like how wide their ankles are, or if they have wider ankles, this would accommodate it really well. They're gonna be really snug. It just looks funny. But it's really fun to do. It's kind of a step up from plain vanilla, but still extremely mindless because you're doing the exact same thing with every row. So yay, I took these, and then I feel like there were others, but I can't remember where they are right now. Socks tend to just multiply all over my house. They're tucked in every drawer and corner. Okay, so I have a whole basket down here of socks that have been worked on in the last recent months. I'm trying to decide if I should even try. I can show you some of them. It would take a while to get to the bottom of this basket. But recent socks that I have been really enjoying. So this is a hedgehog sock, and I can't remember if I'm knitting these for Ben or for Marshall, but they are on 68 stitches. And this is one of the colors that came in this bundle of sock yarns I got from Hedgehog for it was like a Halloween sock yarn set bundle. And I honestly don't know what the name of this is. I don't think I can pronounce it. It starts with a D. It's like D-R-A-I-O-G-H-T, like droit. I don't know how you say it. I don't know what it means either, but it's something to do with Irish, Celtic, Halloween something, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And again, I picked a mini from the Hedgehog Advent Calendar for the heel, and I think I'll use that for the toe as well. I hope I can find it. I don't know where it is right now. Hopefully it's in this basket down here. But isn't that just so pretty? I love it. Okay, and then and first sock, nothing is a second sock. This one I'm super enjoying. Again, it's also an MCN base, which is a merino cashmere nylon base, but I don't remember what the percentages are. And it's by Lolo Did It, and this is my Jane Austen sock. It's called Persuasion. All of my stitch markers are by Lock and Lou. This cute little deer head was from Lock and Lou's Advent, like 4 Sundays of Advent. And then the stitch marker back here, it's a vase of roses, which seemed very Jane Austen to me. Did I say that it's Persuasion? Yeah, I love it. I've been on kind of a Jane Austen kick lately. And I've been watching old BBC Jane Austen adaptations of her books. I'm in the middle of watching Mansfield Park. Like, I don't know if I've ever watched it. It's like from the 70s, I think. It's so good. I think it's on BritBox. I think that's how I'm watching all of those. And then I watched the old, I think it was from 1983, Pride and Prejudice. 'Cause I grew up watching that one. I grew up watching that one before, obviously, the one with Colin Firth that everyone loves. So yes, if you have BritBox on Amazon Prime, go watch all the old Jane Austen adaptations. They're quite hilarious. They almost seem like B-rated as far as like editing, and they're just very old, but I love old stuff. The old stuff is the good stuff. So I need to finish the gusset on this one so I can get down the foot and make some more progress on that one. But I also have, speaking of Pride and Prejudice, I got Most Ardently from Mustache Yarns, and Most Ardently is a Pride and Prejudice reference because Mr. Darcy loves Elizabeth most ardently. So I cannot wait to get this one on the needles. I'm kind of waiting to start this one because, well, first of all, because I'm waiting to see to see when Jilly, my friend, Mom of Six Stitches on Instagram, whenever she starts hers, it's all down to you, Jilly. I'll start mine. I don't have to wait for Jilly. I could just start it. But also, I have on order from Mustache one of her new colorways called, I think it's called tea with jam or toast with jam, something like that. But it's like this lovely pale background colorway with pink speckles, and I ordered it, but I think it was back ordered, so I'm not sure when it's supposed to come, but I want to use that for heels and toes on my Jane Austen most ardently sock. So this is a little bit on the back burner until that speckled skein comes. What else can I show you? Oh, I can show you my Freckled Whimsy. I did join the Christmassy monthly self-striping sock club that Carrie has. Carrie is the lovely dyer behind the Freckled Whimsy brand. So this is, I think, February's, it's called Christmas Playlist, and I'm knitting it on the heel toe do-si-do pattern, which is by Crazy Sock Lady. But I think I'm going to rip it back. I put in a lifeline, which is what this blue yarn is right here. You can kind of see it. I think I'm gonna rip it back and just knit plain vanilla because my brain cannot handle anything other than the simplest. And this is a simple pattern, it's not hard, but it's just a little bit too much for my brain right now. So I'm gonna rip it back and just knit plain vanilla, and that's totally fine. I'm cool with that. So this is first sock. I don't have gobs of progress, and I'm about to lose all my progress on that one. Okay, let's see what else is down here in this basket. I have a couple more random socks I started for the boys being Ben and Marshall. Okay, so this is my Amazon sock yarn. I believe I've spoken about this yarn in the past. Let me see if I can remember what it's called. It's not Dream in Color, but I think it's like Living Color or Living Dreams or something like that. I'm not really sure. Put in some combination of those words on Amazon with sock yarn next to it and see what comes up. But I have been buying this from Amazon for years now, and it's not a brand I'd ever heard of. I literally found them on Amazon. I don't even know if they sell their yarn anywhere else, but they're in like an indie dyer company. I think it's called Living Dreams. Try that, see what comes up. If it's beautiful skeined in a hank sock yarn that comes up, you got the right one. So I don't know who the dyer is behind it, but they're lovely. They make beautiful yarn, and I've never come across a base like this before. It's a fingering weight. Oh my goodness, what's in it? I believe it's a superwash merino, but it's a 100% merino, and it's an 8-ply. So it's super squishy, and I've made a couple pairs of socks with them. I knit a pair of socks for Ben. I finished them last year, and I knit him the crunkled socks by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, and I knit them toe up. It probably took me 2 years to knit them. I kid you not. But I knit those for him, and they are literally the squishiest, yummiest socks, and he wears them all the time. And I really enjoyed and have enjoyed knitting with this sock base before, and it washes well. They have not worn out, even though there's no nylon in this. I don't think you need it because it's 8 plies. So anyway, I love a red yarn, and I don't know what the name of it is. The names are on Amazon in the listing, but once you receive the yarn, the name is not on the label. I don't know why, but the base is called Galileo. I do know that. And I think all of the colorway names tend to be something astrological, celestial, space related. And I don't remember what this lovely red one is, but it's the only red, pretty much. Then I got a blue one. It looks like a cloud. I don't remember what it's called, but I started a 3x1 ribbing sock. And I think I think both of these are 68 stitches, although this might be 72 just because it's easier with the ribbing. I'll have to count, I don't remember. But they could both be for either Ben or Marshall, if I ever knit them, which I will eventually. I just have to be in the mood. That's why I have so many socks, to meet the many moods of Sarah. Okay, this sock is gorgeous. This is that frost nip that I used on the cozy toes. And it's Ruby and Roses on her rose gold Stellina base. And this is one of her Christmas colorways. It's called Window Shopping. I got it in December, but it didn't come until like a few days before Christmas, because that's how she did her Christmas colorways this year. Like, it was just a really long pre-order. If I had known that, I probably would have waited, but I did eventually get it, and I do love it. It's so pretty and speckly, and this is rose gold as well. Window Shopping. I think I've got the... I love a red. I just love red yarn. It's amazing. So, but yeah, it's a Christmas yarn, so I do want to get it, the second one going, but I don't feel a sense of urgency to get it going when it's almost spring, but I will get to it eventually. Okay, what else is in here? Ooh, I got another hedgehog. I love this one. Okay, this is Snowy, and it's also Mrs. Weasley's Family Sock Recipe by Molly of a Homespun House. I didn't do any contrast. I just knit up the sock. It's so squishy. Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this colorway. I love a white speckled yarn. This is also a Lock and Loo stitch marker, and it's the book, The Snowy Day. And there's also I think the little boy, I think his name's Peter. I've got that stitch marker somewhere. I'm trying to remember which sock I had that on. I lose track of like I said, I lose track of my socks because they're all over the place. I'll track it down eventually. Okay, this is a first sock, and I do have the second one going, and it's Holly Press Fibers. Also, Mrs. Weasley's Family Sock Recipe. Love this pattern. This is called, it's a Narnia inspired yarn by Elizabeth of Holly Press Fibers, and it's called When He Shakes His Mane. Spring will come again. It's an Aslan reference. It's beautiful. Elizabeth she is a professional. She is really good. Her yarn dyeing is so consistent. Her speckles are impeccable. Yeah, she's a good one. I do have the second one going. Oh, let me see what else is in here. Ooh, let's shift to commercial sock yarns because I have quite a few of those going. They're not all here, but in this basket I do have one I had started. It's Opal Beauty in color 11304. I got it from hotyarns.com. I really love this one. I think I'm almost ready for the heel flap. But again, I start so many socks and then put them down and pick up something else. And this is a Christmassy, like winter gnome. Is this a Mr. or Mrs.? This is a Mr. He's got a beard. It's so pretty. I love it. Oh, very handsome. He's very handsome. And he has his little feet. And the Opal, this particular yarn line, mit Edelweiss Extract und Vitamin E. So I don't know what Edelweiss extract is, but I'm assuming it's from the Edelweiss flower, indigenous to this area in Germany or Austria or wherever this came from. It's German yarn. But I don't know what Edelweiss extract does for you, but it is really nice, squishy. I would say it feels just like all the other Opal yarns, but maybe slightly softer. I don't know. I just love the wide stripes with these narrower dotted stripes. And there's a whole line of this type patterning, which is really fun. But I love the blues. It's a very calming color. I really like that. I need to get back to this. All right. What else? Okay, so I am not always in the know about things, but apparently they don't make Felici anymore. What? Nobody asked me my opinion on this, because I would have said, no, that's ridiculous. You need to make it forever because everybody loves it. Why would they stop making Felici? I mean, it probably is their #1 seller. Who's making these decisions? So I got this on eBay. And actually, I have some Felici, or did I sell it all? I still have some Felici that I actually don't want to knit that I'm gonna put in my Etsy destash. I'm always adding to my Etsy destash. I'll put the link below if you ever want to go take a look. I got some good stuff in there. I'm always adding to it. So always check back. I think there might be a way on Etsy to click to, you can be notified when I add new things. But I had recently listed a couple of colorways of Felici, and I think they sold, but they didn't sell right away. If you're hearing sawing, I don't know if you can hear that. Ben and Juliet are in the basement sawing wood because Juliet has decided that she wants to make a sword, a wooden sword. So they are forging weapons down there. Anyway, this is also, I didn't tell you the name. This is Vegas Baby. It's very fun, but I'm upset that that Knit Picks is not making Felici anymore. I know they have that Felici. I'm not a fan, don't like it. I don't like the micro stripes, but maybe they will come to their senses and realize the devastating mistake that they have made. I do have the second one. All right. What else can I show you in this basket? Oh, okay, so this is Felici, not Felici, this is Knit Picks, but it's a different self-striping line, and it's their, what do they call this, static? I don't think I kept the label per my MO. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's really pretty. I do like the static line. It's not quite the same base, I think, as Felici. It's a little thinner. I think it's just a 75-25, but it's fun. It's interesting. So there is hope for the people who love Knit Picks self-striping, but they need to bring that Felici back. They need to hire a new CEO or something that understands the market. All right, let's see, what else can I show you? I think that's about it for that. Let's transition to the Scrappy projects. Hold on. I had a necklace on that basket. I gotta put it over here. Okay. Okay, I have a new project I started that's crochet, and I had been wanting to start this for quite some time, but just didn't get around to it. Okay, so there is a lovely Instagrammer, I believe she's in England, and her handle is Emma C Makes, and I probably have been following her for a while, but you know how Instagram just will show you, Instagram's gonna show you what Instagram wants to show you, regardless of whether you're even following people or not, they will show you stuff. But I think I actually was. I was very happy that they showed me her reel, and she had been crocheting a corner to corner linen stitch blanket, but I think she calls it moss stitch. They're the same thing. And if you've watched my past videos, you know I've knit a Scrappy linen stitch triangle shawl. It's probably one of my favorite crochet stitches to do because it looks like knitting kind of, and it also kind of looks like weaving. And so and anyway, Emma C Makes is also Emma C Makes on YouTube. She has a podcast and she does a tutorial of how to make the corner to corner moss stitch blanket. And so I tried it, but I think I just wasn't being careful enough. So I don't think I was doing my increases right. So I decided instead of doing a corner to corner, I would do just a rectangular moss stitch blanket. So that's what I started. And I took this on our trip and I worked on this a lot. It's so much fun. It's not uber huge. It's basically just lap sized. I don't know if I can, I mean, that's how big it is. It's not insanely wide, but you know, wide enough. And so what I did was I made myself a magic cake. And I'm almost done. I'm down to the last 2 colors of my magic cake. And I worked on it like a lot. And I didn't, like I only took 1 magic cake with me thinking, oh, I'll never get through it. And I almost got through the whole thing. So it's so much fun. It's very easy to do. It's only 2 stitches. It's single crochet, chain 1, single crochet all the way across. Same thing for every single row. And then, so when I'm done with that magic cake, I have another one in the offing waiting to be added in. And I think this is about 140 grams. Not really sure. Sorry for if you can hear the saw down there. I don't know. They went to the hardware store and got a huge like plank of wood, and now they're playing with it. And then when I was on vacation too, I was like panicking because I was getting close to the end of that magic cake. So I quick stole yarn from all my projects I took with me and made a small little magic ball in case I ran out of that one, which I didn't end up finishing. Anyway. Very much fun. I need to find a proper basket or bag for this. It's in a Ziploc bag right now. Okay, so that is that. Here, I'll show you Cozy Memories blanket next. And this is just my generic Cozy Memories blanket, as in like it's just all yarns, whatever yarns I want to work on, I throw in this blanket. It's actually getting pretty big. I haven't counted my squares. I'm not sure how many squares I have on here yet, but there are, or rather, this is a 50 stitch square. So 25, 25. This is the Mordor Fun Run that I'm putting in at the moment. I love this one. This one's my favorite one to work on of late. I have a whole big Ziploc bag of yarns. This is all socks I have finished like within the last probably 2 years that I have not put on the Cozy Memories blanket yet. So I really want to try to work through that bag, because then when I'm done with those yarns, I want to put them in my jelly roll blanket, which I started 3 jelly roll blankets because I'm crazy. But this is the fingering weight one. Okay. And again, I'm not making it super duper big as far as like the length of the strip. It's not crazy long. It's probably just lap sized. And that's all I need. So started here. So let's see. That's how wide it is. I'm almost done with the second strip. Only have to do a little bit more. I could finish the second strip today and get the third strip going. And then the needles I'm using are wooden. I believe these are by either Knitter's Pride or Knit Pro, but they're wooden. And oh, they are 3.0. I thought they were 2.75, but I don't know if you can see that. It says 3.0 millimeter. I think maybe the pattern says to use 2.75. It's the Jelly Roll Blanket by Kay of the Kay Jones Bakery Bears. They are really noisy down there. I'm assuming that you can probably hear the saw. I may have to pause until they're done. But anyway, I'm super enjoying the jelly roll. I also started one with just Opal sock yarn. Because I have all these Opal minis from, this is one of them, from Anna Knitter, because I got her Opal Advent. It's like the minis, they're like 10 gram mini skeins. I'm not done with the strip yet, so I just have it on a holder. And this one, am I using 3.0? Yeah, I'm also using 3.0 millimeter for this. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep going with this one. I may just focus on the other one. I don't know. We'll see. And then I started one, a DK one, because if you're going to start a jelly roll, you might as well start 3. Because I'm crazy. This one does go much faster because it's DK. And these are all Legacy Fiber Arts, the DK mini skein. They do mystery DK mini skeins. And I'm using, I believe, a US 5. Yeah, 3.75 millimeter. And again, these are it's either Knit Pro or Knitter's Pride. I ordered them from woolstack.uk.co, whatever. Cute little skeleton needle stoppers. This probably came with a yarnable or something. But I really love these needles because they're only like 7 inch. I think they're 7 inches. So they're just light and easy to use. So I haven't established the length yet. This is on a marker. I haven't picked it up in a while. I've got to pick it up and finish putting in the January mystery minis DK from Legacy Fiber Arts. And then I've got February. And then I missed the March. I'm so sad that I missed the March, but I did. I'll have to see if I can get the April ones, because basically this is a Legacy Fiber Arts DK mystery skein blanket. So I gotta get my minis. Okay, I gotta get my stopper back on the other needle here. So I guess I've got 2 DK weight. I could double strand fingering weight to add to this one if I ran out of DK minis, but I don't really want to do that. I want to do true DK yarn for this one. I also have a full skein from Legacy Fiber Arts. This is Gumdrop Alley. I pretty much got it on every base. This is the DK version. Okay, is there any other Scrappy projects? Yes, I have one more. At least one more. Okay, so if you watched my last episode or video, whatever, I have been working on a Advent Cozy Memories blanket. So this blanket is just for putting in mini skeins from Christmas Advents that I have acquired. And I started it last year, so I'm still working through putting on my Advents that I got for 2023. So it's impossible to show this. It's way too wide. It's in hindsight, okay, it's 24 squares wide, because so then you can have an entire row of a 24 skein, mini skein Advent. In hindsight, I wish I had just done 12 rows wide, and then just did 2 rows each of, notifications, 2 rows each of each Advent, because that would have been plenty wide, because this thing is ridiculous. I mean, it's probably like this is not even half of it. This is the other half. It's literally a king size blanket, which is kind of fun, but it's too big. But I'm gonna keep going with it. So I established the first these two rows here are the first 2 rows, and they aren't advents. They're just, I wanted to get this blanket ready for Advent season. So I just wanted to get 2 rows done so that way when I got my advents, I could just start adding in the advents. So then the 3rd row, which is this row right here, this is all Hedgehog Fibers 2023 Advent. This is day 1 and so forth. And then the next row, this row is Ruby and Roses. And I'm actually caught up. I'm ready. I have to now do another hedgehog square because I caught up my Ruby and Roses. And so then I started the next Advent row, and this is Lolo Did It. And it was the first Christmas. So it's so interesting. Oh shoot, I should have brought those down. So I knit a pair of Scrappy socks with the Lolo Did It Advent, but they're upstairs in my bedroom. The way Lauren did the color progression, like it's like there's a pattern to it. So it's like you get 2 days of a light speckle, 2 days of like a tonal, 2 days of a light speckle, and so on. And so it sort of fades, but with lighter yarn. So this row may look a little strange, but I don't care. That's the order that it came in, so that's how I'm gonna knit it. So yeah, I haven't picked this one up in a while because I've been working on my other cozy memories. But yeah, it's just, I think it'll be easier to deal with once I complete 2 more rows, because I'm dealing with this like snaky part of just, it's like I don't know what to do with this while I'm knitting way over here. Like it's just sort of, it's a little awkward. I should have just done 12 rows across, but I didn't, so I'm not gonna cut it off or anything. And so then I've got in my basket here just all of my bags, and I have each Advent in a different bag just to keep them organized. So that is that. There's Juliet working hard. All right, I can't think of anything. There's probably more stuff I could show you, but I think we better stop because it's probably getting too long. Thank you for watching. I hope we're still friends. And I would love to be able to record more regularly, but I work as a nurse as well. I do 3 8-hour shifts a week, and so during the week, like I'm home 2 days, but those 2 days that I'm home are completely spent with like catching up on laundry and grocery shopping and cooking and all of the things that don't get done when I'm at my nurse job. So, but I probably won't be working as a nurse forever. So I work now to pay for kids' school tuitions. So it's a means to an end, which is a huge blessing. So hopefully down the road, I won't have to work as much, and I'll be able to record more because I want to share more with you guys. And I hope you want that too. Don't tell me if you don't. Just move along. But anyway, I hope you're doing well and enjoying all of your projects. Leave me a comment below, like and subscribe and all that YouTube jazz. Jane's barking again. I do read every comment, and if I'm not able to respond, I try to put a heart. Sometimes comments come in like even months later, and I'll be at work and I'll get a notification with the comment, but then I don't always remember to go back and click heart. But please know that I heart you and I appreciate you. So anyway, take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.